Hello everyone! Welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all doing great. Today, we're diving into one of the most talked about and complicated topics in the world, the war between Israel and Palestine. It's a story full of history, pain, and hope. By the end of this video, you'll understand why it's happening, how it started, and what's going on right now. So if you enjoy learning about the world in simple language, make sure to like this video, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. It really helps the channel grow. Alright, let's get started. So, what exactly is the Israel-Palestine conflict about? In the simplest way possible, it's a fight over land and over who gets to call that land home. Both Israelis, who are mostly Jewish, and Palestinians, who are mostly Arab Muslims and Christians, claim the same area of land in the Middle East, near the Mediterranean Sea. For Israelis, this land is the ancient home of the Jewish people, promised to them thousands of years ago. For Palestinians, it's the place where their families have lived for hundreds of years. The biggest arguments today are about borders, control of the holy city of Jerusalem, Israeli settlements, security, and Palestinian freedom. Both sides believe they have the right to live there peacefully, but neither side feels completely safe or respected. To understand how all this started, we need to go back in time. In the late 1800s, a movement called Zionism began. Jewish people, who had faced centuries of discrimination and violence in Europe, wanted to return to their ancestral homeland, a place they called Zion, or the Land of Israel. At that time, the region was known as Palestine, and it was controlled first by the Ottoman Empire and later by the British. Arabs and Jews both lived there, but as more Jewish immigrants arrived, tensions grew between the two communities. In 1947, the United Nations came up with a plan to divide the land into two countries, one for Jewish people and one for Arab people. The Jewish leaders accepted the plan, but the Arab leaders rejected it, saying it was unfair. A year later, in 1948, Israel declared itself a country, and several nearby Arab nations attacked. Israel survived the war, but hundreds of thousands of Palestinians were forced to flee or lost their homes. Palestinians call this event the Nakba, which means the catastrophe. In 1967, another big war happened, the Six-Day War. Israel fought against Egypt, Jordan, and Syria, and it captured more land, including the West Bank, the Gaza Strip, and East Jerusalem. Since then, Israel has controlled those territories, and Palestinians have wanted them back ever since. Over time, Israeli settlements, which are communities built by Israelis on Palestinian land, started to appear, making things even more complicated. Fast forward to today, and the situation is still incredibly tense. The land is divided, with Israel controlling most of it. Palestinians live mainly in two areas, the West Bank and the Gaza Strip. Life in these places is very difficult. In Gaza, which is ruled by a group called Hamas, there are strict border controls, poverty, and frequent wars. In the West Bank, Palestinians face checkpoints and restrictions on movement, and many live near Israeli settlements that keep expanding. Many Palestinians feel they are living under occupation, while many Israelis feel they are under constant threat from rocket attacks and violence. Every few years, the situation explodes into another round of war like it did in 2023, when Hamas launched a large attack on Israel, and Israel responded with heavy airstrikes on Gaza. Thousands of civilians were killed, and entire neighborhoods were destroyed. So, why can't there just be peace? Well, the answer is not simple. Both sides have deep pain and fear. Israelis worry about safety. They've faced wars and terrorism for decades. Palestinians worry about freedom. They've lived under occupation and restrictions for generations. Then there's Jerusalem, one of the holiest cities in the world. It's important to Jews, Muslims, and Christians, and both Israelis and Palestinians want it as their capital. Add in politics, religion, and international pressure, and you get one of the hardest conflicts on earth to solve. Every time peace talks begin, something happens: violence, politics, or mistrust that breaks the progress again. People have been talking for years about the idea of a two-state solution. That means Israel and Palestine would exist side by side as two independent countries. Most of the world supports that idea, but it's hard to agree on where the borders should be, what to do with the refugees, and how to make sure both sides feel safe. Some talk about a one-state solution, where Israelis and Palestinians would live together in one shared country. But that raises big questions. Who would lead it? How would they share power? Could they truly live together peacefully after so much pain? These are hard questions without easy answers. Even though it feels hopeless sometimes, there are still people on both sides who believe in peace. There are Israelis and Palestinians who work together, talk to each other, and refuse to hate. Families who've lost loved ones to the war still say they want peace, not revenge. That's the part we don't always see on the news, the human side, the people trying to build hope while living in fear. So what can we learn from all this? The Israel-Palestine conflict isn't just about borders or politics. It's about real people, children, parents, and grandparents, trying to live normal lives in an impossible situation. War doesn't just destroy buildings, it destroys dreams, families, and trust. But the more we understand what's happening, the closer we get to change. If this video helped you understand the Israel-Palestine conflict a little better, please give it a like, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. And tell me in the comments, what do you think could bring peace? I'd love to read your thoughts and maybe talk about them in a future video. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. Stay curious, stay kind, and I'll see you in the next video.